The rescue team is clearing the rubble caused by Russian missile attacks. Hold on! They evacuate people from hotspots and put out fires after Russian artillery strikes. The rescuers of Bakhmut have been working for 9 months like that. Despite the shelling, they go out to put out fires, help evacuate civilians and to risk their lives every time. The construction has collapsed. There still may be a rescuer. Bakhmut rescuers work in 2 shifts. They spend 2 days at the department and then rest for 2 days. There are 5 people on each shift. There are critically few people to perform the complex tasks they face on a daily basis. Are they all psychologically ready for what's happening?
Kind of, yes. Some of us have recently left, like 2 or 3 days ago. There used to be 7 of us here.
What other difficulties has the war added to your job, besides the fact that you are constantly risking your lives?
A lot of work has been added. The Russian shelling does not stop. There's constant shelling. Because it does not stop, we risk our lives every time, every departure. There is no water, no electricity, no gas supply and no heat either.
There is no water in the department. In order to collect aid for fire trucks, rescuers are forced to go to the pond, which is several kilometers from the city. There may be several such refueling while they are extinguishing the fire after the Russian shelling. Rescuers say they have already adapted to such difficulties. The only thing they cannot get used to is repeated attacks during their work.
We are extinguishing the house and the shelling began nearby, about 10 to 15 meters from us.
How are you reacting to this now?
How? Like this?
Our camera crew decided to stay for one of the shifts with the rescues in Bakhmut. It was midnight and only now the guys went to rest. But again, how can you call it a rest when exploding shells are heard and if night trips are necessary, a team immediately gathers and everyone leaves? They often have guests. Diego is a military correspondent from Spain. He came to Bakhmut for the first time in the spring. He has been working only here for the last 3 weeks and he went to fire extinguishing and evacuation of civilians with the rescuers dozens of times. Were you present when the fire was put out?
Yes, we are almost friends already. Well, they have been here since the beginning of the war, in May when the bombing began. They are always here, so yes, they are heroes. They are heroes for me, and we need to show this. We need to show the world that they are still here. They do not fight, but they do very important things.
Firefighters say that serious adjustments have had to be made to their work since the beginning of a Russian full-scale war. Even despite physical training, it is unusual to work on fires for several hours in body armor. Even more difficult is to quickly and clearly make decisions at the scene of rubble with people underneath.
What we did not have in our work before, it's people being locked under the rubble as a result of Russian shelling and collapse of structures. When you know that under the rubble there are people who show signs of life, this is the most terrible thing for us, and we are doing everything necessary to save them.
Bakhmut rescuers work here without rotation. Many of them have not seen their loved ones for months. They also plan to spend New Year's holidays at work. They say that as long as Bakhmut is under the Ukrainian flag, they will do their duty. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Olena, Hramova, UATV News.